What lesson have we learned about the viability of a two-state solution, a Palestinian state at this time, to ensure peace for Jews in Israel?
Well, the people of Israel want peace more than anything else. Every poll that's taken in Israel, are Israelis prepared to make concessions for peace? The answer is yes, overwhelmingly. But I don't think anyone is prepared to do anything right now. The Middle East has changed. It's not the same Middle East. In spite of the Secretary of State, Kerry, running around talking about the Palestinians and the Jews making peace, the reality is the Middle East is in turmoil. Egypt, you got the Muslim Brotherhood. Syria, 80,000 people murdered by the government, and who knows where that is going. Lebanon in trouble, Jordan in trouble, Yemen in trouble, the situation with Iran, the situation with Iraq. So I think it's so fascinating that with all the turmoil going on in the Middle East, the issue of Israel and the Palestinians, it's not even an issue. No one is discussing it. What's going on in Syria at the present moment that involves many of the other countries around it, no one talks about. If only the Palestinians and the Jews would make peace, there would be no problem. I think people are beginning to realize that philosophy, that approach, is out the window. It's just not real. The problems in the Middle East are very, very real, but they have nothing to do with Israel. Israel is the one thing that all the turmoil in the Middle East has in common. All the different sides in Syria, there's one thing. They all hate Israel. That's the common theme for everybody. So Israel needs to be strong. Israel needs to do what's good for the people of Israel. Peace, of course, maybe one day. I don't believe in our generation. It just doesn't look that way.
What's it like for you as a Democrat to try to stand up against what seems to be a White House policy as a Democratic congressman? What's it like to try and stand up for your principles?
Well, it's not so difficult because being in public office for my 31st year, from the very, very beginning, as someone whose mother went to Auschwitz and my grandmother went to the gas chamber on that same line, I could hardly say I'm a proud Democrat after we had someone like Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was a great American president, but a disaster for the Jewish people. So, for me personally, it's about trying. It's not always easy to do the right thing. And that is, especially when it comes to Israel, you can't play politics with Israel, even though the truth is that politicians do. If the Barack Obama during his first term, if Barack Obama had been a Republican president, just imagine all the Democrats, how they would have reacted, all the press conferences condemning the policies of if Obama had been a Republican. My point is that when it comes to Israel, you can't play politics, because when it comes to Israel, it's about the survival of the Jewish people. It's about the survival of 6 million Jews. So Israel cannot afford to lose even once. Our enemies can afford to lose again and again and again, as they have, thank God. But Israel cannot afford to lose. So Israel has to do what's best for the people of Israel, be it the situation with Iran, be it the situation with the Russians selling military equipment, advanced military equipment to the Syrians. We got to do what is right. And you know something? When you do what's right, surprise, it works out at the end.